Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here. It's Midday Money on Friday, the 2nd of February. Welcome on into the show. Hope everybody's doing well today, heading into a weekend. No NFL football, not for another week. So there's that. Give me a follow on X, formerly Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. There you go. Mr. Sean Higgs on Twitter. Also, hit the like button. Sean Higgs YouTube, Winning Free Picks YouTube. If you haven't gone to the winningfreepicks.com site, check it out. You could find me there. Obviously, I do my videos. I post them there. Promo code midday, 20% off. Me or anybody else, use the leaderboards. I can't, again, I really don't hype the sales side. That's not really, I tell you, listen, I win. I'm doing well, whatever. I get free picks here. Obviously, but there is a premium side to all this as well. Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to your podcast, type in Midday Money. You'll find the Midday Money Show as well as Late Night Money as well. So go find it and follow it. And I'll get some ad revenue from that channel. That's how things roll. Let's, where are we going with the banners here? I'm going to put them in the comments section first. They are posted there. Super. We got the like buttons. Let's do a quick, as always, we do a recap. Win or lose, baby. That is how we roll in recap form. So win or lose, always the truth. We go 3-2 yesterday in college basketball in the video, 1-1 in our NBA. No hockey, no NFL. Of course, there's no other sports. We can't do, although baseball. If you watch Look at Lines last night, we talked some. Well, we didn't talk. I threw out a couple baseball totals I like. So there's that. And we'll maybe touch on that a little bit today. But honestly, people don't really bet a lot of baseball totals. That's let's be honest. I can't get people on Look Headlines to bet a week out for NFL football. I'm sure I'm not going to do to bet 6 months out of a total. Today's picks. The old pickaroonies. Let's get to them. I did add a couple games from last night. I did add a couple things. You know what? Let me tweet these out here on the Twitter world as well. X. It's X. Like, what the heck? Hey, come see me on X? That's as bad as the plus dollar daddy OnlyFans. See me on X. All right. Mount St. Mary's gets added this morning. Plus 120. That's a money line play for those newer to sports betting. Plus 120. They're not getting 120 points. That's money line. Ohio State plus the 6. Fairfield plus 5. Toledo plus 4.5. Butler over 146.5. And Nevada minus 12. You see several additions to last night's card because, and I'm going to, let me run through the NBA here for a second. So that's college basketball. NBA. Clippers over 235.5. Again, 1-1 yesterday. Knicks and Jazz. Jazz were a premium play, by the way. That was a loser for me there. Clippers over 235.5. Suns minus 3.5. Kings. There's the money line. I should have put that next to St. Mary's so you don't think you're getting 120 points. Kings on the money line minus 120. Warriors under 224. And then a addition to the channel here. Denver minus 12.5. The Nuggets. Maybe for the Earls. Maybe for T-Money so he knows Joker's the best player in the NBA, not KD or Joel Embiid. There's that. And, of course, I got to give the Marcos Minute for my guy. I did the Marcos Minute last night. I don't know if Marcos is in here. On the late night show last night, I did it for him at the 5:12 mark. But I'll do it right now for him. What time is it? It says 4:41 in case he comes in late. Let's do some college basketball for my guy. Kent and Buffalo. I will lean Buffalo in the points. I will lay the points with Cornell here. Quinny and Manhattan. Quinnipiac's just been our little channel club, so I guess we kind of lean that way. CNN and Ryder. 13 points. I mean, it's they want you to take Siena, but that big number. I guess I'd rather. Why double A Mac? Why are you doing this to me? St. Pete's in Niagara. You can go to last night's show because this is part of my 3-pack of bona fide winners I got going today on the site. So go get that. $39.99 for the 3-pack or $31.20 for a week. I don't know. People still buy the 3-packs. No. Next up is Dayton and the Bonnies again in the 3-pack. The Ohio State versus Iowa. Have that in the chat if I recall correctly. +6. There you go. Mount St. Mary's is in the chat. Columbia and Harvard. I want to take Columbia here, but I didn't. It didn't even make the free pick side of things. Iona Fairfield. I like the Stags. There they go. Fairfield's in the chat. Brown and Penn. I want to lean a little Brown, believe it or not. So there's that. Princeton, Yale. I said last night Yale. I thought about Yale. I didn't end up taking it. But yeah, I mean, how Princeton. All right, they're off a loss. Excuse me here as I'm a little runny. No, whenever I get in the show, it does that. I don't know why. Maybe because I was doing laundry and dusting. I got to clean my shelf off behind me. So there's some. It's been a week. The dust gets in here. So I apologize for the sniffles. But yeah, that Princeton, I don't know. It just screams Yale. And I saw it was three this morning, too, from a 2.5. Butler over. Here we go in the chat. And I do lean Butler, although I saw this line had gone up to 11. Akron and Toledo. Toledo is in the chat. And Nevada San Jose is in the chat. There you go. We got you covered. Everybody, have a nice day. Thank you for coming. We love you, Cleveland. Or however people leave concerts. T-Money. Hello, my brother. Like button is smashed. Appreciate you hitting the like button, T-Money. Alexander over 1.5 threes +162, and Quinny -6.5 at -110. Yeah, Quinny's our little club. We like them, right? That's our little program. Shea over threes, 162. Huh? There's my guy, Marcos. The Marcos Minute hitting the like button for me and Miss Danica. Miss Danica, it's been a minute since Miss Danica, probably since the start of last football season. Hopefully, Miss Danica as well. We haven't had a lot of the old. I say old folks. They're not really old. But Ray Reddington hasn't been here. Stimmy OG. I see Stimmy OG sometimes over in Pub Sports. Gloria K and Dr. Ward. I think they ran off, got married. Erica. I mean, Chanel. We got a bunch of people have gone MIA missing. Miss says Nevada over to 142. I don't hate it. I think Nevada. I like Nevada and laying the points and even the score. So yes, Ohio State plus the points. Sure. Over in the Ohio State +5 over 156.5. Harvard over. Okay, so Ohio State, you're gonna go with the over in that one as well, thinking it's gonna be a shootout. Harvard over points versus Columbia, and Quinny over 149.5. Again, if I'm laying 6, 7, whatever to 6.5, I would need points. So I would think over. Keep it classy with Lex. You know how we roll, Lex. A lot of class. It's all low. But now Markel's in the house. David's in the house. What do you say? Welcome back. If you haven't already, we have a Facebook page. No one does Facebook. 0. And usually Brio is our Facebook guy. There's been no Brio sighting on the Winning Free Pick Facebook. And there's the Sean Higgs channel. I got to figure out how, if I could just end the show on one channel, I wonder if it closes it out. You know, like where if I want to go longer and not hurt because that's what a lot of times I roll off of. That's why I'm not really on PM. I don't put the channel on the show on Picks Parlays. It rolls into other shows and stuff like that. I'm wondering if I could just end it on a thing and just keep going on one or the other. Well, it doesn't make a difference. When Michael says, I'm looking at some AST tonight, a little parlay. AST. Who's that? I don't like parlays, but I may do a Young Halliburton. Is this assist? Is this assist tonight? Trey Young, Halliburton, Joker, Sabonis. I'm looking at some AST. Assists, steals, turnover props. Is that it? What is that one? What did I go? I got my jersey for the Euros because they're a cash machine. I'm putting a future in to win the AL East. My first future ever. I had said last week I like the Orioles. They were plus $3, and I like the Blue Jays at plus 320 to win the East. Obviously, they make a move to get Burns in there, nice front liner, and the line immediately drops 50 cents, $50 to that plus 250. I will take both of those guys to win because I think Toronto's still a dangerous team. I like their pitching staff. Marie says Cornell minus 10.5 in a row. Dartmouth averages 60. Cornell averages 80. Okay, I just can't look at it simple like that. That is not the way I go into the games. And the fact that they're a 10-point fave. Let's see what the updated line is on this game. 11.5. I see a 10.5 and an 11.5. This is why multiple outs, because FanDuel, I mention all the time, especially during football season, when they put their lines up on that Wednesday, a week and a half ahead of time, terrible lines, FanDuel. I mean, they're giving you an extra point here for the doggy. Listen, this spot for me, Cornell should win this. Yeah, I mean, look at just the season they're having. I can't not say don't lay it, but to say it's like they score 80, another team scores 60, and it's just a blanket kind of statement. That's not. I just can't do that. I got to look at how they've been playing. Now they had lost 3 in a row. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the wrong team here. Hold on a second. I was on the wrong matchup there. I was just looking at the Harvard matchup. Okay, Cornell. What they just win at 15. Wells, who's that? Nobody. 1-point win on the road. Lost at Baylor. Robert Morris win by 5. Siena win by 21. Lose at Syracuse. I mean, the away record. This is where I look at stuff like that. Like who they played on. Lehigh. They win by 6. They don't cover. Fordham win by 6. Or excuse me, win by 5, but they were a dog in that one. Mason, they lose as a underdog by 7. Fullerton on a neutral, they walloped Utah Valley by 6. They win by 13. Lafayette 9.5. They win by 8. Syracuse was the loser as a 4-point dog, lose by 11. Siena 12. I mean, Siena's a bad squad. We know that to cover that. Robert Morris 5. See, I think this is just a little bit of a high number. And that's what me thinking Cornell should be the play. Like I was like, wow, Cornell. I get it. Look at Dartmouth, 51, 58, 51, 53, 57, 54, 53. I mean, it's 7 of 10. And forget it. And they got a 63 piece in there, which is low. They've gotten over 63 points twice. I mean, 7 games in the 50s. It looks way easy just to grab that one. I can't. I just can't jump on that because of it's 80-60. And when they played similar type squads, it was a close game. Or them not covering 10 points, I should say. Cornell's, let's see, last game they won by 12 and win by 12 in OT, and then won by 11. So they have beaten these guys last year. And Markel, do you think it's another dog day today? Markel, you know me. Every day is a dog day. Every day is a dog day. What is happening here on my phone? I got to see. Let's see. Who could it be? Could it be my daughter saying she's hungry for lunch? Nope. Nope. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Oh, this is great. Here we go. Let's see. There, bit below. Sorry, we're live, but my daughter has questions about a weekend. We have a baby shower. Well, I don't have a baby shower. I'm not calling it a baby shower. Markel says, I bought a High Point basketball t-shirt last night. Made okay off them alone this year. High Point getting it done. There you go. Get that shirt. Um, you got my Buckeyes. I'm going money line. I do like the Buckeyes tonight. Now, I thought about this against when I took Villanova the other day, where uh, the press is coming out like, oh, this is terrible for Villanova. They end up losing, not covering. The press is out here. Ohio State head coach problems. Maybe get away from me. Go on the road, play a good game. I mean, I don't need a win would be great. I'll just take a cover. If Quinny covers tonight, I'm buying a jersey for all they've done for my account. Listen, Maurice, I am a Bobcat guy. We've had Quinnipiac several times getting it done for us. Niagara Moneyline Road Warriors. They are 6-4 on the road. St. Pete's. Again, this is a line too from 6 down to. Bill, were you on the show last night? I'm like, how the heck did this line go to 3.5? I've been watching it. I wrote it down. It was a 6. Next thing I know, it's a 3, 3.5. Crazy. 5.5s, 3.5s, a flat 3. Everybody likes Maurice rocking a High Point shirt. I don't know anyone would bet NBA until half hour before tip off. Hey, Miz, I had to put something in the chat here because people constantly ask about NBA. Did I bet an NBA game today? No, I did not. Had the Jags yesterday, was a loser. Today, these are just from the look headlines. A couple other looks from this morning. We'll see how we go. NBA is a tough sport. I don't lie about it. Here we go. 21-16, 21-17, 25-21. Those are my record on the sites for NBA this year. I don't really love to jump to NBA, but people love NBA. And if I don't have a pick in here, I don't know, people lose their minds. I don't know why. I like to win money, not just have a free pick. Is it too late to hop on High Point or Quinny? No, High Point. I mean, High Point's not playing today. You're a little late to that game. They played yesterday. Quinnipiac. And this is any squad, Marco. You know me. I'm not looking to lay. And this was a 7 last night, so the line's come down. The line has come down here with Quinnipiac. It was 7.5, and now it's a 6.5 or a 7 here. So that's, I'm not looking. I don't know how to word this because I saw something on Twitter the other day. It was more geared towards the Super Bowl, where someone's like, if somebody's saying, you don't have to bet the Super Bowl, then they're not a real bettor or something. And that's the wrong way to look at it. Like, if the Super Bowl game was a college basketball game on a Saturday and the line is what it was, would I run to bet it? I don't know. So this is the same kind of thing. Like, I like Quinnipiac. We've had Quinnipiac. How many times do we have Quinnipiac in here? We've had them a bunch of times. I think Planet Sports is like take them like second half. They kind of go on runs. They're a second half kind of run kind of squad. But in a spot where they're favored on a road, the line comes down. Do I really want to bet that game? And I like Quinnipiac. I just don't want to lay. I'm glad I didn't lay last night at a 7.5 because it's down to a 6.5. When Markel is laughing at something I said. Matt, can you tell me why you like Ohio State tonight? Yeah, I just mentioned Matt, and again, it's not the same as Villanova in this spot because they're not home, they're on the road. But the thought on them is that, well, coach is on the hot seat. He's going to get canned. They're playing bad. I mean, look, it is what it is. I mean, you see how they've played. They've dropped 3 in a row, 6 or 7. I mean, just bad basketball. You lost by 17 in Northwestern. What's that? 14 at Nebraska, 8 at Michigan, 6 at Indiana, and now here you are as a 6-point dog to Iowa. who's again, what is the Iowa squad? Are they a super team? I This is a play for me on Ohio State based on again, kind of off court or off the court kind of stuff where we're getting out of Dodge. The articles are coming out like, oh, is the coach safe? I just look at it as it's a play on spot on a bad team. Let's not rally around ourselves, however you want to word it. You know, they're in a need of a win, and it's never nobody's ever due for a win. I don't need a win here. I'm looking for a cover. I'm looking for a good game. Can we get a good game? I think we'll get a good game the way they've played lately. No, the Illinois game. No shame losing at home to Illinois. I mean, Illinois gone on the road and beat teams. But you shot well. Can you get a little defense? Can you show up for a little defense for me here against Iowa? Brown money line versus Penn. I like Brown, Dave. Yes. Do you know the guy Trent? I figured him. Do I? Don't get me started on that guy, please. I don't like to come in and talk other people. I think going back to days, yeah. He went 0-24 on a live show. It's not even. And I've had this. I don't think we talked about it on here because again, I don't like bringing up other cappers or sites and different things like that. But in the case of this guy, and there's others like you come into this again. I guess it's what do they call it? The community, which your act like. People wait to say about me. Well, you know what? For 17 years, I've been on sites, some pics. I got videos on my channel that go back years and years and years. It's like to come in and act like, well, I'm a guy. No, no, I'm real. So take these plays, and then you turn into a mush. Like honestly, 90-something% of people who bet probably are going to be long-term losers, and that's just the way it is because you don't do this full time. But now all of a sudden you're the fade guy. No, no, now I've had a good run, so now I can't. I can't. It is such a this really hits a sour note with me. Michael B's in the house. David, I have a prop bet that's insane. Brandon Miller over 27 hands, points, rebound, assists. His projected number is 34.5. Never seen that big of difference. Check it out. So it's 27.5, and it's 34.5. The pen is out. I got to look into this for tomorrow, see how he does on this one. So you're saying you got 27.5 points, rebounds, assists. But if you played them each individually, they add up to 34.5. So it's a 7-point value. Like I said, I got the Nuggets 11.5 right now. Only play. I just think it's a good smash spot for Denver off the loss. Blazers off the win. I agree. I got Denver here in the chat. And if you're just tuning in live, St. Mary's money line plus 120. St. Mary's is not getting 120 points. That would be what we call a lock in college basketball if you're getting 120 points. Ohio State plus 6, Fairfield plus 5, Toledo plus 4.5. Butler over 146.5, Nevada minus 12. NBA, Clippers over 235.5. Suns minus 3.5. Kings minus 120. That's a money line play, not 120 points. Warriors under 224 in Denver. There's the 12.5. Markel says it's crazy how I remember all them names from the chat. I remember all the names. Corey Jones, first comment ever. Why wouldn't I remember names, Markel? You come in here for months and months, right, in a row, and you comment, and all of a sudden you're just gone. Like Chanel, Tony Cobbs, Terica. I mentioned Dr. Ward, who's Roberto Montoya. I know a whole lot of names that come into the chat. No. I'll remember. Why wouldn't I remember? I'm in here 7 days a week. You come in here. I see familiar names, and sometimes they pop in. I see them sometimes if I go on Earl Sports. I see some people in the same rooms. I know a lot of people go into other chats that are live when my show's on. I get it. It's other content that they want to watch. I'm not rolling in a bunch of NBA player props like on some other channels. That's maybe I can't even save that in a row down. If I'm doing a show like NBA kind of stuff, that would have to be a night show. That would have to be at like 6 o'clock at night before the game start. I cannot do something like that during the day. Now baseball I could do. Baseball I'm going to start leaning into little. I like my Ruby props, but maybe I'll get into more strikeout props and the old hits, runs, ribby kind of prop, whatever kind of stuff that is. Mike says, I kind of like the over Ohio State game. Kuminga over 20.5 points. He's playing the most minutes of career over the last 10 games, averaging 27.9 points per game. Again, Kuminga, if the guy's averaging 28 and his thing is for 20, why wouldn't he hit that one? The Ohio State game I like because I think they have to have a good game. Kuminga is on the Warriors. I saw the Warriors and the Heat are looking to trade for LeBron. Is that a true story? That is a cysticism, Markel. Thank you. Mike P.O.D. Speaking of a guy who knows a thing or two, right? We talk about crazy Twitter people. Now, I've only known Mike a few months now. Popped on a couple shows with him. Give him a follow on the X. He's got a YouTube. Does stuff on Pub. Here's a cat. Again, we all do things different, right? And I'll tell you, Mike's live. Let's go. Let's go. He's got live for you stuff. Let's jump into this kind of combination. Hats off. Hats off. Because I'm not that I'm stuck in how I do it, but Mike just pumps out all game. And he wins too, by the way. It's one thing just saying a bunch of crap and not winning games live. I followed him. I've jumped on his things. He wins. He wins. Money on Markel. And again, at Mike's show, right up against when I was talking about NBA, here you go. Because he starts at 6. Right? Last call, Mike, 6 o'clock. I can't bet the Jays. They are my kryptonite for some reason. I like the Jays pitching. Happy Heroes got Burns. Yeah, they needed a frontline starter. Yeah. Moneyline Markel's on Mikey P.O.D. Benjamin, I told you. Hopefully we win, or you won yesterday tailing, Benjamin. I do not know what day you tailed, but hey, let's try to make a little. That's what we're here for. But Markel, I hope we get a late night special going tonight. For who? For Mikey's late night, right? He likes his late night specials. Moneyline Markel knows. Would you do a trifecta spot with the Nuggets? Here we go. Don't come on, Markel. This is our Mike show. Don't come in here and have Mike hijack it and steal my thunder. Columbia and Cornell play no defense. I think with the Cornell one, Miz, do I think they should win by double digits? Are they that much better than Dartmouth? Yes. Do I want to lay that on the road? No. The Columbia line, no, I do like Columbia. I just look at that as just my oddball reasoning to go against the grain thinking. Like it was just one. Again, I didn't bet it. Had it circled, and that's that. See, Miz, you know what it is? I'll come in and say I like all these games. Doesn't mean I bet them all, right? People come in, how do you feel about this one? How do you feel about that one? I don't want to talk people off a game that I have no intention of betting, that I haven't bet. And everyone here knows that I'm more of an overnight guy than putting something in at 2 o'clock in the afternoon before a 4 o'clock game on a Saturday or at 12:50 for a 1 o'clock NFL game. I like my games overnight. It is what it is. I like it. Not overthinking things, but betting it. But I wanted to give out my thoughts on the games. People ask. I don't want to switch people's thoughts because I'm not betting on them. You can't. My thought process. My thought process. No, my thought process is I got an organ grinder, little guy with a monkey smoking a cigar. I got people dancing. I got a guy at a computer looking at stuff. There's sandwiches floating around my head. I mean, it's wackiness. I can't explain what goes on in my head. We just win more than we lose. Yeah, Little Higgs. So Little Higgs has track. So She does track in the morning. One of Michael says, I don't hate the look. That is their first game back at the house, short trip. But I still like to play teams early when they have extra motivation or have been in the house for a while. Yes. More than Michael Drees. I'm betting high point again tomorrow, anything under 12.5. I do have my printout for all of tomorrow's games already because if you haven't started getting involved in college basketball for Saturday, I don't know what you're waiting for. You have to get going on these games. There's so many. I might come in with like a 20 piece tomorrow. Where is High Point? Are they playing? Who they got? Presby? They're playing Presby tomorrow? I don't even know. No, Bill McDonald says Manhattan had a good game. Last game, maybe that's why the line is where it is with the Jaspers and Quinny. Could be. I mean, home dogs in college basketball, are they worth shots? Yes. Again, and I like Quinnipiac. I'm not just didn't bet them. Like I don't really want to get involved in college basketball cards. Saturday, 140 games. Mary's at the Kennel. Battle at Duke, Nebraska. UConn, Johnny's, Houston at Kansas. Tons of great games. Yeah. So yeah, I will be looking. I want to look actually towards Gonzaga there because Mary's is the hunted team here, right? Mary's going to be pumped up to play Gonzaga, but isn't Gonzaga going to be considered the underdog? What do we have for this little number here? What time is this game? Basically going to be a pick 'em, right? A lot of games tomorrow. A lot of games. I mean, Kansas. I'd have to take Kansas at home. I know Houston's good. I like North Carolina. I like St. John's. I may not be a super team, Sean, but still pretty good at home. No, I know. Jess, for me, it's one. I got the Ohio State here. The Vultures are circling, calling the coach out. You go on the road, maybe have a strong showing. I'm not looking to cover 17 at home. I'm looking to be in a one possession game late and get a cover. Team got any heart? Show some heart on the leg on the road. I said leg because they got Lex coming in with a 9-legger. Speaking of 9-leggers and bugs, Jeff's in the house, my guy. Good to see you, Jeff. I'm good. Good to see you, Mr. Louisiana. Shreveport Jeff's in the house. Money on Markel. I got to bounce out of here as well. I got a show coming with Jesse. NBA was such a mess last night. EQ spoken like a guy who had the Celtics money line. His projected point with my sister 34.5, and I got it at 27.5. I mean, that's a good number. I mean, that's crazy. LeBron won't be traded. His agent spoke on this morning. Of course, he's not going to be traded. He wants to be in LA to be close to his son. They should trade him because that team's going nowhere. They should trade him to the Sixers because Embiid's out for the year. That'd be good. Kuminga season average 14 points per game. 21-year-old third-year player is finally starting. He started in last 10 games, 27.6 points per game. Sounds like he's better than Steph Curry. T Money says, Mr. Overnight Money himself, your new nickname by me. Yes, we could call it Overnight Money. Nick Nasty's in the house. Good morning, Nick. Jesse, you know the skeleton meme, showman for college basketball to show a little heart. I know. I get it. Did I bet this game? I didn't bet Ohio State myself. I have them here in the chat, Jess. But I take that in consideration. You just can't be like, well, the number says this, or X says this, or Y says that. I look at it as a whole, and they played bad. Coach is going to challenge you to come out. He might be getting canned this year. I need a cover. We'll see what happens. Mike B says, Sean, take Zags at the Kennel. They always beat Mary's and Gonzaga, and they come back and smash Mary's in Morgana. March to crush Gonzaga. Happens every year. Already got my tickets. I thought Mary's is the better team this year. I said that. Let's go back to the videos. Let's go back to November. We start talking. I said St. Mary's to win the WCC. Jesse has Iowa, so he's a bit biased. Now, I didn't bet Ohio State. I put them here in the chat. They're in the chat because I know people are going to look for a game. It's a Big Ten game. Although I love a lot of action out here. A lot of people like the AA MAC. So hats off to that and some Ivy Leaguers as well. And the High Point love. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, I'm rolling out, though. I'll be with Jesse. Well, we got one more comment from Mike. Everyone's better than Steph Curry. Kittles, Van Horn, any other random Mets players from the yes. Overrated, Seth Curry. Overrated. Guys, he's barely Craig Hodges. Craig Hodges is a better three-point shooter. And on that note, St. Mary's, money line, Ohio State +6, Fairfield +5, Toledo +4.5, Butler over to 146.5, Nevada -12, Clippers over 23.5, 235.5, Suns -3, Kings money line, Warriors under 224, and Denver -12.5. A loaded Friday night for the basketball fanatics. I will be back for late night Monday tonight, and it'll obviously be probably a little longer show with 746,000 college basketball games. Maybe you'll be here on a Friday night. Maybe you have a life and won't be here. I'll be here, though. I'll be here. And I'll be back in the morning. Bill says, I thought you would put out picks you bet on one of the few. Yes, a lot of them on the – well, first of all the premiums are games I bet on. And not every one of the games I put here in the video are games I bet on because I have people actually pay for my picks. So I can't put every game in here for free. It'd be one thing if every person came in here at the like button and I was getting 900 likes and ad revenue. That doesn't happen, Bill. So every game in here is not a game I have money on. And I said that before. It's not every single one. Not every single one. They're normally, when I have a lot of games, you get a – last night we had a few. But, yeah, it's not every single one. I can't do that. I can't. I have people who have season passes, weekly passes. I can't put everyone out here for free. I don't do that. I will say Ohio State looked like they quit the second half for Illinois. Yeah, and they were battling them. What are you doing? You're shooting 50% at home. Play a little defense. All righty. I'm out of here. Bill McDonald, hope I cleared that up for you with that. Yes, some are. Some aren't. Not every single one. Not every single one. And that's the reason why. I'm out of here. Late night money tonight with a loaded college basketball Saturday card. See you then.